Hello everyone, it's Katie here from the Scrappy Sisters, and I am back with another layout in our Keep or Purge series. Today I have pulled out my collection, or what's left of my collection, of the Simple Stories, what's this called? Full Bloom. Simple Stories Full Bloom. So I've got a little bit. So I've got a few papers. How many papers have I got? 5 or 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 full papers and one piece. And I've got the bits and pieces collection. I don't think this is a full collection. A full pack. But I've got that, and then I do have a full pack of the florals, or the Full Bloom, the floral bits. So they're all florals. I've got a handful of puffy stickers, not many, but a few. And I've got a few of the foam stickers, just a couple of chipboard pieces, and really not much at all of the sticker sheet. So my plan is to have a little bit of a play with this photo here. I know that I'm going to make a floral heavy layout. I already know that. I want to do that. But otherwise I'm not sure where exactly I'm headed. So fortunately or unfortunately, this photo was not taken in spring. It's taken in April, which is autumn. So I can't use the spring titles, which is a little bit annoying. This bike is also very red. So I'm thinking I'm going to map my photo on these red ladybug paper. And I think I'm going to use this floral as my background. And then I'm thinking I might do a piece of white. I think I might layer it on this and then put a piece of white around it. So double matte. I know I'm going to use a heap of florals, but then I want to use up as much of these other little bits. I'm definitely getting that bike on there. I want to use up as much other kind of little bits and pieces as I can from this. So I'll probably try and get all these florals used. I don't know what title I'm going to do yet, but we'll see how we go. And then I'll use as much of this as I can. So look, we'll see how we go. But I'm going to pop you on fast forward. I'm going to play around with this, and then we're going to come back and chat about what I'm going to do with this collection. Am I keeping it? Am I purging it? Who knows? Let's see at the end. All right, let me pop you on fast forward and let's see what we come up with. All right, so I pretty much already talked you through everything that I'm going to do. So I'm just cutting my photo in half. So I've got 2 3x4 photos that I printed out on one 4x6. I do that in the Project Life app for anyone that's interested. And then I print them out just at Officeworks as a standard 4x6 print. I think that's, for me personally, one of the most cost-effective ways to do it. So got my photos. I am going to write my date on the back of my layout just so I don't forget. I always write the date on the back of my photos as soon as I pick them up from Officeworks, so that I know straight away when my photos were taken and which album they belong in. Right, so done that, put my date on the back, and now I'm just working out how am I going to map my photos. So I knew I wanted this ladybug. Is it ladybug or ladybird? Anyway, I wanted that paper because it's got the little bit of red peeking through, which goes with the bike that Addison's riding, which funnily enough is Lincoln's bike that he got for Christmas in 2023, Christmas 2023. But I also knew it needed to have the white matting behind it so that it would pop off the page. So I've matted it on the pink and the red ladybug paper, and then I'm matting it on the white. So I've double matted it, and then I just wanted that to help with my photos kind of standing out on the background, because it's quite a busy background paper, even though it's very light in colour, but it is quite busy. So it's got that floral daisy print on it, and it's kind of tone on tone, pinks with some orange in the centres of the daisy. So anyway, I've done that. Now I sort of knew roughly what I was going to do, in the sense of I'm going to have a lot of florals and they're all going to come out in a minute, and it is going to be a floral heavy layout, but I did want to try and get some of the other ephemera pieces onto the page. So I am trying to use up my collections, obviously. I did, as I think I said in my intro, I did use this collection for, I think it was a How to Kill a Kit with Style last year, and I gosh, I made so many layouts with this collection, and I did buy some extra papers and this floral pack to kind of help me use up the last of this collection. So I actually haven't used this floral pack at all. So I'm just playing around, trying to get some of the big florals on the page, and then I'm trying to work out, I knew I wanted to put the bike down the bottom because it's kind of the only place it'll fit. And I know it's riding off the page, which is a bit annoying, but I wanted a cluster down there, and this turns out to be quite a large cluster. So I'm just trying to figure out how this is going to work. So I've got the bike, I'm putting some florals behind it, and then I will come back in and add some more things down there. And then I'm going to do a cluster kind of underneath my photo and at the top of my photo. And that will be my 3 clusters on this page. Now, spoiler alert, I don't do a title on this page. So, I don't know. I didn't think it needed one. Maybe it does. Maybe I'll go back and do one later. Let me know what you think. But at the point of doing this voiceover, this layout does not have a title. So, I'm going through my florals just to kind of divvy them up into the bigger sizes and the smaller sizes, and obviously there's the ladybugs, there's some snails, there's some butterflies, so I was just kind of spreading them out a bit. Oh, there's some bees as well, and the bees do make it on this layout. So at this point I'm just layering up, that's all I'm doing, layering up the bits, layering up the florals, layering up on the page. So yeah, that's it. I'm just auditioning pieces. Now, funnily enough, if you watch our videos regularly, this is the part that I usually don't include in my process videos. I have often done all of this faffing about before I turn the camera on, and I've already kind of figured out what I want to go where. So that's why this layout is a little bit longer, this video, than my normal layouts of late, because I did all this while the camera was rolling. Ordinarily, I wouldn't have. I would have kind of let it go. So I've added the bees onto the page. I am going to add another flower down in the bottom near that fresh flower stand ephemera piece. Yep, I'm pointing at it now. I'm going to put something down there. And now I'm actually going to... I'm going to pack away this stuff because I'm pretty sure I've finished adding everything from the cardstock or the die cut ephemera. I am going to come in with some of the puffy stickers and the normal stickers and the foam stickers, but I'm only kind of going to play with the foam stickers for now, and then I'm actually going to edit out the sticking down part, otherwise this video was like 20 minutes long. And I thought that was a bit much. So I'm leaving out those small florals in case I want to add a few more onto the page once I've kind of stuck things down. And then I knew I wanted to get these foam florals onto the page because I want to, and they're all florals, and I'm trying to use this up. So I'm going to add the foam florals around the page just to get those used up. There was only a few of them, so I've only got a couple, or 2. Do I have 2 in each cluster? I think I had 5. I had 5 left from the foam sticker sheets. I've added all those. Now I was checking if there was anything else I wanted to add, but there's really not. So I'm going to pack those away. And then I know that there's some puffy stickers and some normal cardstock stickers I want to add. There wasn't anything from the chipboard that I wanted to get on the page, but I do want to add some tiny word stickers and at least one puffy sticker, which is the bike. But I don't want to do that until I've stuck everything down. So by the power of editing, everything is now stuck down, and now I'm just seeing where I'm going to add this bike, and I decided to stick it up the top there. I was desperate to get the bike on because there's not that many pictures of my kids with bikes, so I thought, got to get that on the page while I can. And then I do come in with some tiny words. Now, most of the tiny words that I have left say spring in them because this is obviously a spring collection. But I did find a few that don't. So I've got April showers. So this photo was actually taken in April, even though it's not raining. I've got April showers, long bike rides, cool breezes, listening to the birds sing, what's the buzz, and go play outside. So they definitely work, except for maybe the showers. It's not raining in this photo, but it is April, so I was going to get it on. But April is not spring for us here in Australia. It is autumn. So, the spring vibes don't work, but that's okay. So I got some tiny word stickers on, and then I am finished, and I'm going to come back and talk you through my thought process for, am I keeping this, am I purging it? So stay tuned, because you'll be able to see what I think, if I'm keeping or purging. So I'm going to flip back to real time now and yeah, see what I think. All right, so I have put my layout together. Now you'll notice there's no title on this one. That's very deliberate. I didn't want to use spring. I was going to use bloom, but it wouldn't fit. And so I just decided I'm going to go titleless. Now, I thought I might do some little, sorry, I can't talk and doodle at the same time. But some little like tracks for these. I know these are probably going to be very difficult to see on the camera, but nonetheless, this is what I'm doing. Just adding a few little doodles, a few little dots behind the bees. Now, am I going to keep this collection? Okay, so if you've watched our channel for a while, you will know I did maybe a killer kit with this collection, and I made so many layouts with this, so many layouts. Like an unbelievable amount of layouts with this collection, and I actually bought more of it. Sort of. I bought a few extra papers, and I bought the floral collection, the floral bits, because when I used it and I made all my original layouts, I love this collection and I still love it. It's very me. I love the flowers, the colors. It's beautiful. Having said that, I don't really scrap like super themey photos, so I'm never going to use these words spring, for example, and there's lots of spring words in this, but I'm really torn. So I think what I'm actually going to do is go through and cut out a couple, so that sticker, that sticker, that sticker, and that sticker, and probably that one actually, and pop it inside this these ephemera pieces, and then I'm going to get rid of this, because all of these tiny words say a spring in my step, spring has sprung, springtime memories, hello spring. So I'm thinking I'm going to get rid of this hanging around. Not that this is getting rid of a collection. I'm keeping the collection, okay? I'm keeping it. I definitely need another section in my stash where I'm keeping everything, where I'm putting collections that I've pretty much finished, that I just want to make a couple more layouts out of and then let go, because this is one of them. I just want to make a couple more layouts, finish up the ephemera pieces, you know, these florals and these few little puffy stickers that are super cute, and then I can let it go. I'm not going to use the spring words, you know, I'm not going to use this word that says spring, but I still want to make, you know, 2 or 3 more layouts with what's left. So you know what, I'm keeping it. I am keeping it. So let me find it on here. Sorry, that's my charger. Simple Stories Full Bloom. Keep. All right. So, oh guys, we are not doing well. We are not doing well. I'm supposed to be letting things go, but the reality is, I think what this is showing me so far, a quarter of the way through, or not quite, a fifth of the way through my stash, I am good at buying collections that I know I'm going to like so far. So we'll see. All right, so that's it for today's video. Hopefully you liked this layout. We will see you in the next one. Yeah, we'll see you soon. Bye.